visiting today with the Upcountry History Museum, and Furman University is also a very important part of that. And we wanted to bring to people so that you can plan maybe as a family, because they have so much there that is worthwhile. And quickly, I'll reintroduce Elizabeth McSherry and Heather Yenco. And we did have Curious George. I think Curious George just got very tired, and he may have wandered away. But we have so many things going on down there. And in addition to all the other programs and the things for children, you have these school groups and children who are homeschooled.
Yes. So part of our goals at the museum is to do educational programming and to make history come alive for students. And so we offer field trips throughout the year on all different history topics, but we're also having special programs right now with our Wartime Escape Curious George exhibit and with our treasure exhibit. And these programs aren't only being offered for traditional classroom teachers, they're also being offered for homeschool groups. And we find that it's a great way for homeschool parents to have additional resources and really help assist them in teaching their children topics related to history and social
you have
studies.
this every month?
The homeschool groups actually just call the museum and schedule a time any day of the week.
All right. So it's kind of whenever they want to come, you make it available.
Whenever you want to come, we'll try to fit you in. And then we also offer programs for scout groups as well. So Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts and Boy Scout troops, they can also do the same thing. They can call us and say, hey, we'd really love to come do geocaching with your treasure exhibit. And we'll try to schedule a time that fits for them.
Okay, now how does that work? If they're not members of the, if everybody in the scout group isn't a member of the museum, how do you work that out?
We have a special rate that we offer for our program. So
for Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts,
for our scouts and for our student groups that come in to do a hands-on program, we have a special rate that helps get them access to the exhibits, access to our docents, access to all the materials they need to complete their program, and then normally some free exploration time as well.
Now I want to ask you about this lunch and learn.
Okay.
Because we got to have something, for adults too.
Yes.
We do. We try to have programming for adults as well. And that programming includes our Lunchbox Learning, which are noon series programs. They take place at least once a month, and we bring in all different people. We bring in historians, we bring in authors, we bring in curators, we bring in archaeologists, all different types of people to talk about exhibits that are current traveling exhibits or temporary exhibits that are on display, as well as some of our permanent exhibits. So in December, we have a Lunchbox Learning where we'll be bringing in some of the underwater archaeologists and underwater divers who have dived down to the bottom of Lake Jocassee and Kiowee and been to some of the places that we're talking about in the exhibit.
Okay, so each month it's something different, and this is really geared to adults.
It is, but children can come and listen too. We've had children come in and really enjoy some of the talks as well.
But
it's
not
geared
little children.
Not little children.
It's geared towards adults.
Now, do they bring their own lunch, or how do you work that out?
It's we have a wonderful sponsorship from Chick-fil-A at Cherrydale, and they help us by doing lunch orders. So basically, whether you're a member or a non-member, you can call and say that you'd like to order. It's a small additional fee, but you can order a box lunch with a sandwich or a salad lunch, and everybody can come in. And it's a great way, especially for those who work in the downtown area, to take an educational lunch break.
Yeah. And this lasts, if you're a business person, it's just like about an hour or so.
It's an hour long. We keep it
And what
right
about this History After Dark? You just have so much going on.
Yeah, this is another. Oh, yes, we do. We have a lot going on. The History After Dark program is another lecture series geared towards adults, and it happens in the evenings, so after dark. And it's similar to Lunchbox Learning in that we bring in speakers of all sorts of topics to give a longer lecture than an hour, and just to go more in depth with some topics related to the exhibits or the history of the Upcountry in general.
So that you would have to be a member to attend? Or?
If you're a member, it's free to attend,
Right.
but the general public can come and pay an additional fee.
All right. So you have the learning at lunch, and you have history after dark, in addition to all this other.
In addition to all of the wonderful exhibits, which is really why members get the most out of the museum, because they have 12 months of unlimited access to the exhibits as well as these wonderful programs.
Now, for newcomers who may not know all about it, where are you located, and is there good parking?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are located downtown on Heritage Green. The address is 540 Buncombe Street, but it's on the same grounds where the Children's Museum and the Downtown Public Library, Little Theater, and Bob Jones. So it's a green area. We're on the end of the green, and we do have our own parking lot. So parking is very easy
So
for
that makes
the
it
museum.
easy for people.
Yes.
It makes it really easy, and we're the lucky ones to have free parking down at our end. So you don't have to worry about paying a parking fee when you come to the
Now, Elizabeth, I know
museum.
you're from New England.
I am.
And here you are in the good old South. And did you have a history in this kind of work before you came here?
Yes. I joined the museum earlier this year, and my background is in history with a master's in museum studies and museum education.
Okay.
And before I came to the History Museum, I was at the opposite end of the green working at the Children's Museum. But I have a lifelong passion for history, and very much enjoy being a part of the museum team and getting to bring to life all of the wonderful exhibits that Heather curates.
Okay, so I know you do a lot of the creative side of this.
Yes, I'm responsible for all the changing exhibits, and
So
Elizabeth
now-
does the programs, so yeah.
If you have all of this, which is really enormous when you stop and think about
Yes.
it, are you already planning for the future?
Oh yes, we have our exhibits scheduled for the next 2 years. We know what's
The
coming
next
up.
2 years?
Yes.
And sometimes you have rather noted people come in addition to this. I mean, authors and...
We've had an astronaut last fall. We had Charles Duke, who was one of the few people to walk on the moon. We had him come speak. So we do bring in very prominent people to come speak at the museum. So.
One of the additional programs that we do at the museum is called our American History Book Club, and through that we're able to bring in a lot of noted historians and authors. So we're very lucky to have support from our community that helps us put on not only these great exhibits but also special programs and bring in just some truly wonderful speakers to
And you know, I
Greenville.
think we need to treasure our history. And sometimes it's kind of appalling when you think how little people really know about the founding of this country and what some of those people endured to bring forth this Constitution.
Yes.
And I think we need to, you make this a part of life for people when you present authors and famous people who come and talk about this.
Absolutely. We try to make sure that we are connecting people and culture and history
Now,
together.
are you able to accommodate large groups? I mean, we're talking about school children.
Yes.
I mean, we're not just talking 8 or 10 people.
No, we can accommodate pretty large groups.
So a whole classroom,
yeah,
for instance,
definitely.
would come.
A whole grade can come. We'll have them
Oh.
all.
Oh, my. Well, and I guess I shouldn't ask, but we've had Curious George. Is Santa Claus ever going to come around?
We
What do you
will be
think?
having on that December 6th holiday event that I mentioned, we're actually celebrating a French Christmas because Curious George was created while
was
Margaret and H.A. Ray were
French.
in Paris. So we're celebrating Paris and France, and we'll be having a French Christmas on December 6th for the whole family to come out and enjoy. And we will, besides Curious George, be probably having a visit from somebody else very special for the Christmas season.
Oh, so you don't want to miss that.
No, you definitely want to make it there, especially if there's anybody who needs to tell Father Christmas
And again,
their
if
Christmas
you
wish.
have, they have some items in their gift shop that are a little bit unusual. If you don't want just the same old thing, and they're affordable, and you have books and all kind of puzzles and things like that for children that are a little different.
Yes, we do. We have items that are relate to our exhibit. So we have Curious George books and puzzles and classic toys. So for kids who like Curious George, we've got a lot of options. We also sell things for Christmas. So if you're looking to decorate or find some Christmas gifts, we have very affordable items in our shop for that as well. So
That are a little unusual.
that are different, yes.
Truly beautiful ornaments
Yes.
this year.
Well, we are honored to have both of you. And did he leave us? Did Curious George go? Not even to say goodbye?
He's a very curious monkey, so he might be getting into trouble somewhere in your studio. I hope he hasn't destroyed anything.
Oh, my. Well, in closing, I want to thank both of you for coming and giving us your time and reminding everybody that we are blessed indeed to have the Upcountry History Museum right here in downtown Greenville. And
Here
if
he
you
comes to wave goodbye
He's
with
here.
you.
Curious George. Merry Christmas, Curious George. Thank you so much for coming. And we just wish everybody joy, and get out with your family and enjoy everything you possibly can. These are very precious times. Stay happy.